Good morning, YouTube. My name is Jeff Blohm. I'm the author of the book Is the Cross the Answer? I will be doing 6-minute sermons every Sunday. I will post them at 10 o'clock. So if you don't have time to go to church, or you don't want to go to church, or you're just curious about Christianity, I've created a small book that will help you get the very basics. The Spirit of the Lord just mentioned to me not to try to tell you how to think, just give you basic information. God is the ultimate teacher. So today we will be talking about the birth of Jesus. It is the foundation of Christianity. It is what leads us to believe what we believe. But not all Christians understand this. So hopefully this helps those where you haven't fully grasped the concept of the DNA of Jesus. I'm not a scientist or a biologist, so I won't be going into technical information. I'm going to keep it very basic according to the Bible and what I understand, very, very minimal from science. You can consult a scientist if you would like, or a biologist. That is your choice. Jesus was born of Mary. Mary had a fiance. Mary never been with her fiance in an intimate situation, and at that point, Jesus could not have been Joseph's son. An angel visited Mary. The angel told Mary that she would give birth to a baby boy and to name him Jesus. The same angel visited Joseph. They both believed the angel, received the message, and went about their lives, wondering who this child was and what he meant to the world. Science teaches us that the Y chromosome comes from the male, and therefore when Jesus was born, he was born from a male that the world had never known, and that was God. The Bible also teaches us that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And then the Word became flesh. Now that simply means to us who believe that God, who is the Word, was born into this world and walked among us as a man. So he was all God and all man, walking the earth. The only difference is his flesh was corrupt. It was born of a woman who was not without sin. Therefore, it had to die just like we have to die. This body must die. God gives us a new one when we are born again through Jesus. And I'll talk about that in later sermons. But at this time, what you need to know is that because that Y chromosome comes through a male, that there was no way possible for Jesus to be born into sin. My children are born into sin. Your children are born into sin because we are not God. God is without sin. So I teach my children about God and about Jesus, and they have a choice to make. God owns heaven. It is his house. He invites us there. And the requirement is Jesus. Do we accept what he did for us by taking our sins and dying on the cross, being buried 3 days, and resurrected, and currently sitting at the right hand of the Father? How do I know that? Because the Bible teaches that God told his son Jesus, "Sit here, son, at my right hand until I make your enemies your footstools." Who's the enemy of God? It is those fallen angels, those that are against God, those that did not receive the messages sent through the prophets, then through Jesus, refused to receive it. And that message was, you have to get rid of your sin to have a relationship with me, God. I want you to be my children. I want to fulfill your life. That's God's message to all of us. So that's the foundation of the gospel. So let me talk to you now about being made in God's image, because this is very confusing for a lot of you, and I get it. It was confusing for me. So you have a body that has 5 senses that we react to, but you also have a spirit and a soul. Spirit comes from God. The soul is like sort of in the middle of the spirit and the flesh and tries to dominate. Okay, so we have to get that right with God so that it doesn't overpower us and cause us to do the simple things that we're born into. That sin was created from the beginning through Adam and Eve, the Bible teaches us. So what does it mean to be made in God's image? God is a spirit. Therefore, his image is a spirit. So that's what's in the flesh is what he's talking about. The spirit, that is what is made of God. So understand that. We have to get it right with God according to the Bible, and that's where the foundation begins. Next week, we will be talking about a little bit about the ministry of God and then the death of Jesus and the cross, because the cross is a very powerful tool that can be used for good or evil. I'll see you next week.